Okay, yesterday's project I was working on the radio and got that working. So with the ignition turned on or either on the accessory setting, the radio comes on. However, there is here on the dashboard, if you can see that switch that says radio, whenever I push that switch, what should happen is it switches over from the engine battery to the cargo battery. Or not the cargo battery, but the coach batteries. So that does not seem to be happening for whatever reason. So obviously either the switch is bad or either there is no power going into that switch. So I'm going to check that out. Also, if I can get over here without bumping around too much, you see the one that says utility and hood lights. Those don't work either. All the cargo bays have lights in them, and none of those lights work. So there's no power going to any of those lights. So what I've got to do is check to see if I have power coming into these switches and see if we can get that fixed. So that's going to be my project for right now, to see if we can get that taken care of so I don't have to run the engine battery down if I want to listen to the radio. Okay, back in a bit. Okay, here we go. Have an update on some of the electrical problems. I'm back under the hood, and this is the big main fuse panel and wiring and whatever that, if you remember back in some of the very early videos, the rats had gotten in here, and or squirrels or somebody had gotten in here and chewed up a bunch of the wires that I had to redo. Anyway, over here was the problem. There were some blown fuses. So apparently, and there were some missing fuses. So I started plugging in fuses and replacing some of the ones that were blown. There were some that were 5 amp fuses. It should have been 15 amp fuses. So we got all that straightened out, and it seems like all the electrical problems for all the cargo bays, all the lights work now. The radio works by switching over to the coach batteries, so everything is good. Now all I need to do is just button this thing back up together and move on to the next project. Hope you enjoyed this. Talk to you later. Okay, the panel is all buttoned up. The radio works. All the cargo bay lights are working. The light under the hood here is working. So everything seems to have come back to life when I replaced several fuses, and there were a bunch of missing fuses as well. So got all that done, so it's looking good. Now my next project is to get these side lights working. There's one right there. I've got it working, and there's one toward the back. I've got to get it. So I think it's mostly just a bulb that was broken off in the socket. So I just got to get that out and get a new bulb in it, and I think I'll be good. All right, back in a bit. Okay, that was a simple fix. Just had to dig that light out as I expected. It was all broken off in there and corroded. So I've got that done. Got the lens cap back on it. I don't have a lens cap for this one. There just isn't one. It never had one as long as I've had it. So I've got to see if I can find something there. Or, as an alternative, I have, get this light right here, I'll just set it down here on the entryway. I have these nice LED lights that I think will bolt right up there. Just need to wire it in, and that'll give me a lot of light and very little power consumption on these LEDs. But those things are just crazy bright. So I don't know if that's what I want, to have something that's just crazy bright to light up the entire area, or just have the ones that I've got in here now, these LEDs, that will just give me enough lighting to see the entry and get back over here and know where it is in the dark. So I'll think about that, and we'll see which way we go with it. Back in a bit.